What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you are new here, please make sure you go ahead, slap the shit out of that like button because it really does help support the channel. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. My name is Nigel Battle, and I'm a variety channel YouTuber. I'm a performer, drag queen, recording artist, author, and content creator coach with a second channel focusing on creator goals and growth. It is my dream to hit 100,000 subscribers and be supported by people who truly believe in my goals and talent by authentically being myself. My channel is most known for its iconic music reactions from around the world. I truly believe that music has the ability to help you grow, heal, and deal with even the most difficult of situations. And because of this, I tend to react directly from the heart, absorbing every note and lyric written, resulting in my reaction journey truly being one of a kind. Thank you so much to my Patreon members who help guide my reaction journey with their song suggestions each month. By joining my Patreon with the link in the description box down below, you get access to behind the scenes content, blocked videos, and early release videos. You also get front of the line reactions of your choice. This is a super fun way to both support the channel and see never before seen content. After being inspired by so much new music, I began my own journey of music production through my drag persona, Jasmine Anastasia. My music can be found on all streaming services, and the original music videos can be found on my channel. For the on-the-go supporter, my podcast, Nigel, a personal podcast, can be heard on all streaming services and includes full audio versions of daily vlogs and thoughts. If you would like to contact me or support me on social media, here are a list of ways to reach me and follow this legendary journey that I've embarked on. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the video. What is up, you guys? Today I am reviewing the series on Netflix From Scratch starring Zoe Saldana. Now, I gotta say, this series rocked my world in so many beautiful and emotional and tragic ways. Now, when I first clicked on it, first of all, I watched it while I was sick and I was unable to do episode by episode reviews as I usually like to do on the channel. When I really fall in love with something or really feel connected to a certain part of media, I want to follow as closely as I can and come to you guys and analyze it with you guys. But with this, I'm even a couple of days out since I finished watching it, but something like this still stays in my mind for this long and I'm still recommending it to people. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna come on and do a full series review just so that you guys know if you're looking for something great to watch it, but just know that yes, it does deal with life, love, trauma, death, light, everything. And so when I first went to click on it, I went going in for the experience of a romantic comedy, of a romantic travel show, you know, where you could see some beautiful scenery and see a girl start a new life and meet guys. Because, you know, I'm kind of going through a phase of that in my own life where, like, I'm traveling, I'm single, yada, yada, yada. And that's the way the show starts, is the lifestyle as such. But it goes into the family dynamics of being in a relationship with someone from a different culture, from starting a family with someone from a different culture, to losing someone with a different culture. It goes through all these emotions, all these different chapters of life, and it's not just a show about a relationship of two people. It's really a show that shows the relationship of two families and what happens when one of them is gone, and what happens when one of them gives life, and what happens when one of them can't produce a child, and what happens, like, when all these different situations that happen, everyone goes through them in a different way depending on what type of culture you come from, what type of background you come from, what type of person you are with. And in this specific situation and in this specific series, I really think they did such a good job of showing all the ups and downs of life itself. And it's kind of crazy because I remember I was like recommending it to my mom and she was saying like, oh, like, I don't want to watch a show that's going to make me cry. I don't want to watch a show that's going to be sad. And I said, it's really sad, but there's also so many moments of happiness. And ironically, it reminded me not only of life itself, but personally my life. For those of you who don't know, like, I did lose my boyfriend a little bit over a year ago, and for me it's been really difficult finding things to watch that, like, I can relate to, because so many times I'm watching something and the girl's crying because the guy cheated, or the girl's crying because she lost her phone, or something, you know, really stupid, vain storylines in television shows and movies, I feel like, start to unfold around me when something more traumatic and serious happens to you. So I've enjoyed movies and fun, high energy, happy shows and movies on Netflix and Hulu and all that. But when I tell you it felt so good to watch something that I completely understood, when in the end she had finally lost him, that feeling would hurt forever, that you can't get out of bed, you can't get out of the bathtub. It really, like, even though those were some of the saddest moments of my life, it really helped to see that someone was putting it out in a story that people could understand, because so many times I tell people about those days after, or that month after, where I first lost my boyfriend, and it's so hard to explain. But now I really feel like I have a show that can shows the uniting of love, and then what it's like to lose it through amazing, amazing acting, like Zoe Saldana, and did so good. And it's crazy because I really love her. Like, she's iconic actress and a Marvel Avenger at that. And I watched it for her, like thinking like, oh, I would love a romantic comedy. Oh, and I also love Zoe Saldana. But I got so much more than I bargained for. I never would have known that she would be able to act and perform the emotions that I once felt. And come to find out, after a little bit of research after I finished the series, it is based on the book. It is based on a real life story. So that makes sense as to why everything is so believable, so on point to what it's like to actually go through those emotions. It's because the writer went through those emotions, and she was there on set making sure that these scenes look like what she went through in real life, from the moment they fell in love to doubting the love, to losing the love, to having child. All those things require a certain amount of emotion for someone, I feel like, to be there. Like, you can't just have a movie about a certain scene and never have lived it. So you could tell that she was on set, on the writing, production, on everything, making this such a real, authentic experience about love and family and death and moving on and nature and life and scenery and travel and life and time. Like, there were so many themes that you can't, as a human being, escape this show and not relate to at least one thing. There's going to be something that you relate to. And I thought that that was such a beautiful experience, that, okay, like, I wanted that romantic comedy and it didn't happen, but I can relate to this story as well. And even if someone can't relate to my story of with the grief and everything, you can still relate to the happy parts of this story, the meeting up, the falling in love, all of that, the long distance relationships, all those things. So if at one point in your life, I feel like you will live a part of this story, and this is just a really nice way to watch and view something and realize that you're not alone with any of these thoughts. You're not alone in grief. You're not alone in falling in love. You're not alone in losing love. You're not alone in wanting to have a child and possibly not being able to do it. And just, you're not alone in your dreams. One of my favorite parts about this series is the focus in on a couple of episodes about their dreams, about how they both wanted to have their dreams come true, but they also loved each other, and they were both trying to support each other's dreams, but also trying to support their own, and they would often make sacrifices to make sure the other's dreams would come true, and vice versa. And I just thought that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I've never experienced that in my life, where I'm so close with someone, as an adult, where they're willing to put time and energy into making my dreams come true. Like, I had a great relationship, but we were very young, so it was never a thing. So when I get older, like, I almost strive for something like this. And I feel like this show made me grateful to have a future. It made me grateful to think that a new love out there might exist for me, and also to just be prepared for that you can lose it at any time. And I already know that, but this show showed me what a timeline truly is, Yes, the ending of it may not be what you wanted, and there is sadness, and there is grief, and there is tears, but how can you not think about all those years that led up to that? How can you not think about everything that was learned that led up to that? How can you not think about all the memories and choices that you made based off of that love of your life? Yes, the ending wasn't what you wanted, but what about that entire life that you guys lived together? And I think that's what the show was meant to show you, is that it's a journey, and it's going to be full of ups and downs, and that's just the way life is. But I found it so beautiful, so fulfilling, and I just give it 5 out of 5 stars. Like, and I want everyone to watch it, and especially, it's interesting because I am the type of person where if the synopsis had said, man falls in love with woman, man dies of cancer, or man passes along and leaves woman behind, like, I would have skipped it. because I generally don't want to get into those emotions. I don't want to watch something sad. I want to go and like I'm can be very sad on my own. So I'd rather watch a program like I'm very Disney, very that. Like I want to watch a musical. I want to watch something happy, something uplifting. So I would have never chosen this show if I would have known it was going to turn into what it did. But the beauty and the happiness and the highs of the show really truly did balance out with the grief and the sadness and the lows of the show, and it just reminded me of life in that you can't escape that. So once I got into the show and I realized it was going to turn different directions, I was like, you know what, much like life, the same way I can't run from life, the same way I can't turn off the grief and the sadness of life and just turn up the happiness, I can't do that in the show either. I have to get through the show beginning to end. I already love the characters. I'm already invested in the families. I think it's such a beautiful story. I know it's already going to not end the way I want it to, but you know what? We're in it to win it. We're going to learn what's going on. We're going to make sure we keep our heads in the game, and we're going to stay supportive of Zoe Saldana and the love of her life. And I did, and I made it to the end, and I'm proud of myself for that. It taught me lessons. It inspired me. It motivated me, and I just want to make sure it does the same for you guys. So if you have some time, watch the From Scratch series on Netflix. I thought it was so iconic, so beautiful, so moving, so endearing, and just so true to and authentic to what life is truly, truly like. And enjoy it. I love you guys for watching. Do not forget to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the series if you watched it. Let me know if there are any other series that are inspiring you or movies that are inspiring you right now that like you want to talk about or you want me to watch, you want me to review, or anything coming up. Also, I would love to add it to the channel. I love you guys. Do not forget to subscribe, comment, and slap that like button for me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.